Hi everyone. So I want to do this video for you very quickly. This is the president of Tanzania, John Magufuli, and I couldn't find this thing with the English translation, and I could find it with the Hebrew translation, this video. And I think it's important that everyone will look at that video and decide what's true for them. So here it is. I'm going to play the video and translate it as much as I can online, like as he's speaking, and I just want to do something here, and I will make the actual sound very low so I can just translate the Hebrew, because I can read Hebrew, not his language. Okay, here we go. So it says we took samples from goats, we took samples from sheep, we took samples from papaya, we took samples from car oil, we took samples from different things, and we sent it to the laboratory. They didn't know what they really contain. But we even gave them names of people. For example, the name of we gave to the car oil was Karno Gabil Hamaza, age 30, male. The result came negative. When we took the sample of papaya, we called her Elizabeth Anna, age 26, female. The papaya came back as positive for corona. It means that the papaya is positive, she has corona. We took samples from birds that called quara. The result came positive. We took an example from a rabbit, goats. From a sheep, and the answers were positive. We took a female goat, and it became negative, etc., etc. So when we looked at that, you send them samples of human, and the results are positive, and you tell them that also papayas has it, so we need to put the papaya in a quarantine. And when you get sheep and goats that get tested positive to it's just a bit too fast. Let me just slow this down. Hold on. And I will go just a little bit back so I actually translate it exactly. So the meaning is when you find those animals and fruits being positive for corona, should you put them also in quarantine? That's what he's asking. And when something like that happens, you have to understand that there's some kind of a dirty game with those tests and those results. That's what he says. You have to understand that something unbelievable happening. And you cannot conceive that those people that work in those laboratories have been bought by people that have a lot of money. They've been bribed. I'm sure that those people that people that got that found to be corona positive, despite the fact that they are totally healthy, can die from fear and not from the corona. So I want to get people to relax and stop being afraid, because it's apparently, according to that laboratory, papayas have also corona and they don't die.
Lipo tu linaiva.
They just become bigger, they flourish and prosper.
Mbuzi yule yupo tu.
And all the sheep around us, to all of them, according to the laboratory, they have corona
Wala hajafa.
and not one
Kwa hiyo
died.
natoa wito kwa Watanzania.
So I want to give an advice to the people of Tanzania. Don't worry.
Na hasa kwa wale ambao bado
Why should you worry? Why should you worry? What for? There's no reason.
Mbona mafua yamekuwepo, ila haya ni mafua
Flu was here always. It was always here.
ambayo yako advanced vizuri katika tatizo hili la ugonjwa.
And in light with the weird result of the laboratory, we have to ask ourselves questions about this whole question about this whole issue of the virus. Something definitely is something definitely weird going on with the scientists and with the tests or the laboratories in Tanzania.
Lakini inawezekana hata duniani.
And it's probably what's happened here happened across the world, and I can put it in a quotation that I know from Israel that they had mistakes, or they admitted of many mistakes in Israel, like major mistakes,
Hawajakielewa.
which probably was not just mistake.
Lakini natoa wito kwa wale
So I want to give
vifaa.
the people around the globe an advice, and especially people in Africa.
Chukue sample za wanyama.
Take samples from different animals.
Wachukue sample hata za kitu chochote, hata
Take samples from a wall. Take samples from whatever you feel like. Anything.
Watakuja kuprove haya ninayoyasema.
Send them to the laboratory without them knowing that that's what you're doing, and you will find out that what I showed you here is actually true.
Mimi ni mwanasayansi, ninajua ninachokizungumza.
I'm a scientist and I'm an expert, and I know what I'm talking to you about. Tanzania, let's get together. Let's be strong.
Shikamane.
Let's put God in front of us and at the first place.
Tusikilize Mungu wetu, tuchape kazi, tusiogopane.
Let's become strong. We don't need to be afraid of it. We have to help each other, and that's the only way we can solve the problem.
Tulichukua sample za
Okay, that's it. I hope it helps. I'm sorry it's not so fluent at one go, but I think it will help. Thank you very much.